If you're in the restaurant game, you know your point of sale system. It's basically the brain of the whole operation. But man, picking one, it can be a total nightmare. So today, we're going to cut through all that confusion and help you find the one that's actually right for you. And hey, if this quote hits home for you, trust me, you are not alone. I mean, the market is just flooded with options, right? Every single one claims it's the magical solution to all your problems. It's overwhelming. So that's the big question, isn't it? Which one is actually right for your place? The honest truth, there's no single best system out there. It all comes down to what you're doing. Are you a busy sit-down restaurant, a super fast coffee shop, maybe a ghost kitchen that's all about delivery? That's exactly what we're going to nail down today. Okay, let's dive in and meet the top contenders. We're going to break down the key players in the game. And I think it helps to think of them less like software and more like, well, like different personalities, each one perfect for a specific job. All right, first up, we've got Toast. I call this one the kitchen general. And for good reason. This thing is an absolute powerhouse. It's built from the ground up for restaurants that need, that serious military-style command and control over everything, especially the kitchen. So this is where Toast just dominates. We're talking seriously strong kitchen workflows. Think order routing, kitchen display screens, the whole 9 yards. It even pulls in staff scheduling and payroll. So if you're a busy full-service restaurant or you've got multiple terminals firing tickets to the kitchen, this is for you. It's built for places that are planning to grow big time. But all that power has a flip side, right? For a tiny cafe or a one-person food truck, Toast can honestly feel like bringing a tank to a knife fight. It's just a lot. And yeah, the price tag starts to creep up as you add on the fancier features. Plus, it's not something you just turn on and go. You gotta actually invest the time to train your crew on how to use all its bells and whistles. Okay, let's do a complete 180. Next up is Square, who I call the quick service pro. If your whole world revolves around speed, simplicity, and just getting people in and out the door fast, well, Square was practically made for you. The biggest win for Square? You can get it set up and running insanely fast. The interface is super easy to learn, and it's all built around mobile-friendly hardware. This makes it a no-brainer for coffee shops, food trucks, bakeries, basically any counter service spot where every second counts. You can literally be taking orders in minutes. But here's the deal. That beautiful simplicity is also its biggest weakness. It just doesn't have those deep, complex kitchen workflow tools like Toast. And table management, it's pretty basic. So if you're running a big, complicated sit-down restaurant, Square's probably going to feel a little underpowered. Okay, now for all you data nerds out there, and I say that with love, let's talk about Lightspeed. This is the inventory expert. This is the system for the owner who lives and breathes spreadsheets. The person who wants to track every single ingredient, every recipe, every single cent. And this is its superpower. Inventory management that is just incredibly detailed. We're talking down to the gram, down to the last drop. This is an absolute game changer for a bar trying to track every liquor pour, or for a restaurant that needs to keep food costs under a microscope. The reports you can pull are seriously impressive. Now, the catch is that all that analytical muscle comes with a pretty steep learning curve. The interface just isn't as grab and go for your staff, especially when it's Saturday night and the place is slammed. And you guessed it, the price can climb as you start bolting on more of those powerful tools. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about the actual flow of service. This is where Touch Bistro comes in. It's what I call the service specialist. This system was built from day one to make life better in a classic sit-down restaurant. It's all about that dance between the servers, the tables, and the kitchen. So what makes it special? Well, you've got cool stuff like interactive table mapping and reservation management. It's all run on tablets, so your servers can take orders right there at the table, making things way more efficient. And here's a huge one. It works offline. So if your Wi-Fi decides to take a vacation in the middle of a dinner rush, your restaurant doesn't grind to a halt. Just a heads up though, to get all the cool features, you're probably going to need to buy some add-ons, and that'll bump up the price. Also, it's not the strongest player when it comes to managing multiple locations. It's really at its best in a single independent spot. All right, next on our list is Clover, which I see as the simple all-rounder. Think of Clover as a really solid, get-the-job-done solution. It's super straightforward, often includes the hardware, and it's perfect for getting a new, simple business up and running without a ton of fuss. The big selling point for Clover is just how convenient it is. You often get it as a bundle with its own slick-looking hardware, so setting it up is dead simple. And it has an app store, kind of like your phone, so you can add new features and tools if and when you need them. Now, the main thing to remember with Clover is that it's not a pure 100% restaurant POS. It's more of a generalist, a jack of all trades. It handles the basics really well. But for those super advanced restaurant-specific things, you'll probably find yourself hunting for a third-party app in their marketplace. All right, so we've met the whole crew, but to really get the full picture, we've got to see how they stack up side by side. Let's put them all together.
Okay, this chart really pulls it all together. This is where you can see the trade-offs crystal clear. Look at Toast, awesome for scaling up, but it's a little harder to learn. Then you've got Square, which is the total opposite. Super easy to use, but maybe not deep enough for a big, complex place. And Lightspeed, great for growth, but you've got that learning curve. Seriously, think of this table as your map. Where does your restaurant land on?
So, we've looked at all the specialists, but wait, there's another way to think about this entirely. The unified, all-in-one system. This is for the person who says, I don't want to have to choose. I want one system that just does it all. So a system like Butter POS tries to crack this nut by building everything into one platform right from the beginning. Your orders, your kitchen screens, your inventory, it's all connected. The whole point is to give you a smooth, seamless experience without needing a bunch of confusing add-ons. The only potential trade-off is that it might not go as deep in one specific area as a dedicated specialist tool would. Okay, so let's boil this all down. This is it, your final cheat sheet. You need ultimate kitchen control? That's Toast. You need to be fast, simple, and easy? That's Square. You live and die by your inventory numbers? That's Lightspeed. You're obsessed with a smooth table service experience? Look at Touch Bistro. You just want an easy setup that includes the hardware? That's Clover. And if you want one system that aims to do it all with flexibility, then you look at an all-in-one like Butter POS. And that really brings us to the final and, honestly, the most important question you need to ask yourself. Right now, today, look at how your restaurant runs. Is your POS system a tool that's actually helping you, something that makes life easier? Or is it a roadblock, something that's constantly causing headaches for your staff and your customers? Think about it, because the right system for you is definitely out there.